Hi, my name is Adam Cox. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, phobia expert, founder of phobiaguru.com, and the UK's leading expert at eliminating phobias rapidly, quite often in just a single session. Now, aquaphobia is the fear of water, and there are many variations to this phobia. For some people, it might be a fear of deep water. For others, it might be a fear of water where they can't see the bottom. Now, that might be lakes, for example, or ponds, or the sea. For other people, it might just be a fear of water that is unusual in some way. So it might be streams or natural waters. And it could even be, in certain cases, some people have a reaction just to rainwater, or even things like a shower or a bath and things like that. But the most common form of this is deep water where you can't see what's in the water. That might be cloudy water, dirty water, or seawater that isn't crystal clear. Because generally the fear of water tends to be the evaluation or the fears or the worries as to what might be in the water, not necessarily the water itself. So quite often, people that have this fear, particularly of deep water or fear of the sea, for example, may also have a fear of certain animals like fish or sharks, or other animals that might be under the water. And it's the fact that they can't see them, or that they consider that they might be there, that creates high levels of anxiety for those particular individuals. So this is not a pleasant fear, and it can lead to people not wanting to learn how to swim. If they go on holiday, not going into the sea, or not swimming in lakes. If that's a recreational lake, they will avoid water sports and things like that. So it's not a pleasant phobia. Generally, all phobias come from either a learned response. So it might be that a family member, like a mother or father, had this fear in the past, or it might be from a sensitizing event. So if, for example, there was some kind of anxiety linked to swimming or being in water, maybe as a child, maybe you thought you were going to drown or something like that, or someone like an older sibling or a friend kept your head underwater for too long, or maybe you saw a movie about, a shark or a large octopus or something like that, and it just planted a seed of an idea that there are things under the water that you don't know. Some people, for example, that I've worked with had this memory of being in the water paddling, and then they felt something touch their leg that they didn't know what it was. And that created such high levels of anxiety, they just wanted to avoid water from that point onwards. So they tend to be the sensitizing events. The symptoms tend to be heightened levels of anxiety, constant evaluation in terms of inner dialogue and thoughts. What's in the water? I can't see anything. I don't want to be in the water. What would happen if? And lots of what if questions that tends to be a blueprint, almost a clue of worrying as a strategy. They tend to take place. And that feeling of tightness in the chest and the elevated heart rate and fast breathing and the muscle tension just makes it really, really unpleasant. So the average person with aquaphobia, they don't want to face their fear. They want to avoid the anxiety. So they just don't go into the water. And then they'll come up with really good excuses as to why they don't want to do it, because they don't really like sharing that they have a fear of the water, because it could lead to some kind of prank where someone might throw them in the water just to see their reaction. Because here's the thing with phobias. Phobias are funny to the people that don't have that phobia. To people that have it, it's really real, but to everyone else, they can't relate to that fear. So that's something that could lead to pranks or jokes and things like that could be even more traumatic for the person that has these fears. So a lot of people with phobias keep them a secret, and they don't want other people to know. Now, the way in which this phobia is resolved, I tend to use a combination of third wave CBT, so cognitive behavioral therapy techniques, clinical hypnotherapy, and certain neuro-linguistic programming techniques that actually change how people think. And that's how I'm able to work with people that have had severe lifelong phobias, and then we can eliminate that phobia quite often in just 1 or 2 sessions. Some people prefer to use downloads. So I've created a 7-day download course that enables people to break the very foundations of their fear completely through the hypnosis downloads that I have on my website, phobiaguru.com. But other people would prefer to work with me one-on-one, and you can actually, there'll be a link near to this video where you can book a free 30-minute consultation call to see if I'm the right person to work with. If you know anyone that has a fear of water, please share this video with them because they might find it useful. If you have a fear of water, please share some of your experiences because it's going to make other people that have this fear not feel so alone. That's going to be useful for them. If you have any questions about this fear, please put them in the comment section. I'll see if I can respond as soon as I'm aware of it. And if you would be interested in more information or in working with me to no longer have this fear, please go to phobiaguru.com. Thank you.